Hey, good morning. This is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, and I'm Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And here we talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical and tactical way. And Bubbles is seeing herself in the camera, and she's having a ball. Hey, Bubbles, who's that? Is there another bubble cat in there? You see another bubble cat? Wow. She's like, what is that? There's another kitty in there. I think we could do a whole show on YouTube with that. Having fun, Bubs? Hey, everybody. Good morning. Hope you're doing well and having a good day. This is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, and I'm Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. Being a little goofy, it's Saturday, and everything. My notes are falling on the ground. What you think about all that there, Bubs? Crazy, huh? And just having a little fun. So we are the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. This is our 560th episode, and a lot of times people I get Scrum Masters, coaches that when I coach them talk in a very interesting way. And what they say is, why can't I get people to do what I say? And it's just, they don't necessarily outright say that, but they might come out and say, well, I'm going to suggest that they do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this, and I think they should do that, and I'm going to offer them to do this. But is that why they can't do what they say or why they don't listen to them? Because you're always telling them what to do. It's like parents with kids. My kids are driving me nuts this morning, to be honest with you. Right, Bubbles? And why can't you tell cats what to do? That's kind of what I thought was funny. I had this idea of talking about why can't you tell people, why can't they just do what I tell them to do, right? And then I look at the cat and I go, well, cat's a classic one, right? Bubbles is never going to do what you tell her to do because that's Bubbles. She does her own thing, right? And people are like that too. So when I coach Scrum Masters and leaders and things like that, and they come off like, I want them to do this. Well, I'm going to suggest they do that. The more agile way, and this is where I coach people in agile mindset, and some of the things like we just had two people get their new jobs, which is great. And we just concentrate on agile mindset. What is the agile way of thinking? Agile way of thinking is that it's self-organizing, self-directed teams, right? It's not the Scrum Master direct the team. It's not the product owner direct the team. It's not the technical lead direct the team. It's the self-directed, the team direct themselves. And what I try to make sure I don't do too, and I'll be honest, there's times I think about that. And I would be like, hey, I would like to suggest this, or this is things I've seen. We got to get all these organizations. Some things you got to do where it is a group effort, more of listening for issues that a certain suggestion or proposal might happen. Like at the enterprise level, when you're trying to get, 30 teams working together or bigger, yeah, sometimes you can't get that whole self-organizing thing because you're trying to organize 30 teams and it's just going to be rough rot. But you can have a session where you say, here's what we're proposing for managing the third teams. What are your concerns? What do you think we should do? Is there things we should modify? Now, however, when you're managing a team and you got a close group, people have lots of experience in doing stuff. New Scrum Masters bring stuff from the outside. They're experienced and know what they're talking about. But to tell the team that's been around together for a while how to run their operations is harder. One of the things I experienced years ago, I had a group and I encouraged the CIO to allow us to bring in an outside group to teach them Scrum development ops, so to become certified Scrum developers. And then why I did that, because I wanted another developer to come in and show them how Scrum works, show them DevOps, code with them alongside them rather than me just telling them. I'm like, this person's going to come in and you're going to do it with them and they're going to show you how it works. That opened their eyes big time. So it's not just telling them, it's like showing them, sharing them what they're seeing. One of the observation techniques in a coaching thing would be, hey, I am seeing this, or I am noticing this. I'm noticing a trend here. Is anybody else? What are you all seeing in this trend? What are you seeing? Or here's some data. You can just leave it at that. Scrum Master, I'm going to bring up the metrics. I'm going to show you the history of the thing. What is it? My phone's going off. I don't know. Maybe it's us going live. Yeah, there's Bubbles live. That's cute. Cute Bubbles. But maybe it's I noticed the velocity chart coming down, or I noticed that anybody notice anything interesting about this sprint burn down chart? Anything interesting? Oh, it looks perfectly fine to me. It looks like a waterfall. That's what it's supposed to be. No, it's not supposed to be a waterfall. How do we get it so it doesn't look like a waterfall? What are your thoughts? And that's where the Scrum Master comes in. Yeah, it's not supposed to look like this. What can we do to make it not look like this? You all come up with some creative ideas because this is not good. And then that's truth, right? It's like, okay, so how do we do that? And then they work with them and challenge them to do it. But so many people like, well, you need to do pair programming. Well, do they know pair programming? And I guess I'm on a rant this morning. But I hear so many people saying, I'm going to tell them what to do. I'm going to make the suggestion. I'm going to tell management, this is what we should do. Well, why are you telling management before you tell your people? Right? Management is not your team. Management is maybe more agile stuff, larger. Hey, my team needs a second environment to do some testing or do some stubbing or do some relational stuff or something like that. Can you get me one? That's where you go up to management. You don't go up to management and tell them what your recommendations are going to be for how your team thinks they should operate. Maybe after the team operates and decides they really like it, then share with management what they came up with so that they can share that with the enterprise level. But it's a different way of thinking. And a lot of times when I do my coaching sessions, I try to get people to realize what they're saying when they say, well, I tell them to do this. Really? You tell the group what to do. You tell the group how to meet, how to solve the problem. You know more about coding that language than they do? Really? People that do it 8 hours a day, if not more? No, you don't, right? Do I know how to code in those languages? Yes. Do I know their language and particular thing they're doing? No. And do I do it 8 hours a day so my skills are really good? No. Do they do it? Yes, they do. So one of the things when I coach people, I do that part. Anyway, what am I getting at? Oh, one, stop saying I will do this and I think they should do this and I. And it's not a we thing either because you can manipulate we. You can say my observation is this. Or what are you saying? Look, here's the data for the metrics. And if you don't hear anything, does anybody notice anything? You can say, no, I don't see anything. Turn on your freaking screen. If you can't notice that, you're blind to death, right? So, I mean, you can do that. I mean, it would be funny. Oh, it looks perfectly fine to me. No, it doesn't. So that's something. But one thing to offer, I am offering again. Some people have gone off and doing some other things. So I got another 5 spots for coaching. Some people I'm still coaching. Some people are transitioning. Some people are active. Some people are not. Everybody has their busy schedule. But you know what? If they're busy, open it up for other people. So if anybody wants coaching or do some interview stuff, like I put that podcast thing up there. Looks like our podcast is being heard by people all around the world, at least English and non-English speaking. So that's the amazing thing is when the non-English speaking countries are listening to the podcast, it's kind of amazing. But if you want to do an interview, you want to be on the show, we can do it live. We can record it however you would like. You'd be comfortable. And we can do something like I did with the Agility Matters, where we do a Zoom call where people can comment, and we also do it on YouTube live. And then we can do live comments and everything like that too. So that's an option also. So I wanted to share that with you. It's Saturday. You know, we can't all tell the people what to do. See, you can't tell them. Bubbles. Yeah, no, you can't tell them what to do. But you can share your observations, and if they're interested in doing it, they'll do it. Just like a cat. If they're interested in doing it, they'll do it. If they're not interested in doing it, they're not going to do it. So with that, thumbs up. Ring the little bell. Someone will go live. You know we're out live. And you have a great weekend. Enjoy some time with your family and friends and your little putties. If you got putties or puppies and your kids. All right. Take care. See ya. Bye.